Yo, I'm about to get real petty, but I don't really care right now. So, found this artist on Instagram. Loved her art, and she's posting about cultural appropriation. How people like tell her she's appropriating stuff because she draws like European gods and goddesses and stuff. And she's Slavic. You can tell from her accent that she's probably like not Russia, but like not far from there. She sounds a little bit Polish mixed with like Bulgarian. She has the same accent as my friend's mother. Anyway, it was something about one of those posts again, and she didn't even say it was American saying it, because it usually isn't, for the record. Not with that. So then this guy said something like, Americans are like, first of all, 100, what even, no. Norwegian, I don't know the language, the culture, people who are, they do know the culture. Because they ain't one in 128. My God, most of us over here with backgrounds are more than the people who live there. Anyway, don't blah 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 blah. And then she goes, "This is the artist again. Her art's really good. Check it out." But remember how small Europe is? That's a first from a European to say that, by the way. Like not first, like actually, but like from one of the xenophobic Europeans that you find online. There's a much higher chance I have more of Viking blood due to all the pillaging than them. The majority of Americans are of German descent. Remember that. Also, her father's German. Depending what part of Germany, Northern Germany was Vikings, you weirdo. Anyway, yeah, all that. Than them due to one expedition to the U.S. What does she think What does she think I know what she's talking about. The Vikings didn't come to the U.S. They went to Canada. Vinland was likely Newfoundland, Canada. You moron. And I don't care what my heritage is. Yes, you do, because listen to this. I was born a Slav. Then you care about your heritage. Was raised as one. Then you care about your heritage. Therefore, I am Slavic. Then you care about your heritage. Now, here's where the type she's talking about. No matter my grandfather, I thought it was father when I wrote the thing, I messed that up, but no matter my grandfather was German. If you're claiming him and his heritage, then you care about your heritage. I find it funny how nobody in the US claims that they are actually American. We all do. I guess it's a trend to highlight some small percentage of a European heritage. Almost all of us are ethnically 100% European. That's why the majority race here is white. Shocking, I know. She legit came on here and said most of us are Native American. Like, is she for real? Like, I don't even think she's kidding. I'm pretty sure this is fully serious. I'm trying to... Let's see here. But that's okay. Just don't lecture me like you have high ground or something. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that at all. So trolls on the internet might do that. But yeah, we don't do that. And I'm sure I'm going to get people telling me I'm lecturing here, but it's almost like our education system is one of the highest ranked in the world. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what country she's from specifically, like I said, so I don't know where she's ranked, but there are honestly a lot of European ones are up there with us too. Like the UK, we're neck and neck. We're like 1 point ahead of the UK to my knowledge, so it's like neck and neck, for example. And half the UK doesn't even think they're part of Europe anymore because of Brexit. Dear Lord, there's a reason the world is on fire right now. But yeah, this chick legit came on here and implied, all but outright said, that we're all majority Native American. Is she high? Is she high? Listen, Europe, you really might want to put some more education on America in your history classes. Oh, by the way, grandfather. Yeah, most people here are descended from Europe from a great-grandfather / grandmother. So great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, and immigrants themselves. Me... My great-grandpa came here through Ellis Island in 1894. I think he was 3 years old, I think. From Glasgow, Scotland, where he was born, to his Irish parents who moved there See, we think he's adopted. I think he's adopted. I don't really know. But they were Irish. I think Republic of Ireland, but I don't actually know for sure. Moved to Glasgow, Scotland in 1891, where they had great-grandpa. And then 3 years later, they moved to America, Boston, via Ellis Island in New York City. And that is a pretty common story. And if you find Asian Americans on the West Coast, most of them came through Angel Island around the same time period. So, yeah. Oh, and in Lowell, again, just for the sake of pointing out, despite white being the majority race, you don't hear them do this to Asians, really, but I'm just going to throw it out there. The Cambodians in Lowell came in the 90s! And for the ones who were here from the colonies, by the way, because I am also from a founding colonist family of Canada, New France, not America, but my cousin is. Yeah, you're going to be hard-pressed to find someone saying, like I say, I'm French, as in I come from a French-speaking culture. But my connections to France, they're like, God, the last time my family was in France, I think it was like the 1630s, maybe? They came here in the 1640s. Not here, Canada. I'm in America. So I'll say, if you want me to get specific on what culture, French-Canadian, Franco-American, New England French, sometimes I'll throw in the Cajun to make a point, because a lot of people think Cajun means Louisiana. It doesn't. It's literally, Cajun is just the French word for Acadian. And so, yeah, we're all over the place. If I'm talking about Louisiana Cajuns, I'll just say Louisiana Cajuns, to be specific. Most people who were English from the colonies will call themselves, like, the Children of the Revolution, or something like that. We even have an organization in America called the Daughters of the Revolution. It's on Gilmore Girls. Like, that is a real, actual thing. Because, again, they're so far from England that the cultures don't have much connection. Honestly, they're, I'm sure, is much similar to how the culture probably was. It's not exact, obviously. It's not how culture works. But probably more similar to how it was back in the day for England. Just like, for example, Franco-American cultures are still very, very Catholic. France is not. Our pronunciation of words, to my knowledge, except for the Cajun French, they have a weird... I'm sorry. I mean, like, the Louisiana Cajun French, like, if you say Cajun French, it's Louisiana French. Same thing. They're interchangeable, I'm pretty sure. They, their accent is a little weird in both English and French. I'm sorry. You do you. I think it's gorgeous. Keep it alive. It's just hard for me to understand it. So I don't know if maybe that also applies here, or if that came from, like, the history after they got down there, just like Shiok came about, another Cajun language that my Pepe's from, came about from the mixing with, like, the Micmacs and the Irish and all that. But the Quebecois, I'm pretty sure, is a lot closer to French from, like, the pronunciations. The French from back in the day versus now, and things like that. And our food is different. We eat a lot of pork. I'm pretty sure they don't, a lot of pork and veggies. Poor man food. And you get the fancy stuff in France now. So, like, again, you'll hear us say it, but not with our whole chest. Unless it's close enough that we can typically, like, pinpoint a relative. Like, I hear this around St. Patrick's Day all the time about Boston, and it's like, bro, most of us are literally immigrants from Ireland in Boston, or it was our grandparents, great-grandparents. Like, we're first, second, third immigrant. Like, that's it. Like, they'll be, oh, I'm 100 and a visit. I'm more Irish than half the people in Ireland. That's how it is here. Y'all need to do some research for opening your idiotic, ignorant mouths. Learn what a cultural diaspora is. My God. The closest Native American relation I have is a step-grandparent, and even that's rare to find here. Okay? Okay, bye.